So I went to a concert. Hi guys, I'm Vivacious Hannah and welcome to this video. So if you saw on my Instagram, I posted about how I went to the Worship Night in America tour. It featured Chris Tomlin, Big Daddy Weave, Phil Wickham, Zach Williams, and Mosaic MSC. I went to the Reno, Nevada show, and I say Nevada like Nevada because Chris Tomlin was getting it wrong. He was saying Nevada and everyone in the crowd was getting upset, and it kind of made me laugh because it's Nevada. And I wanted to make a video kind of recapping what it was like just so I can have this memoir to look back on like 50 years from now, assuming that YouTube is still a thing. I honestly thought about vlogging this. I was gonna bring my vlogging camera and just film everything, but I wanted to capture a lot of it for you guys so that I could show you. But then I was kind of like, if I bring my camera with the intent of vlogging, then I'm not gonna enjoy it as much because I'm gonna be more focused on getting like the right shot or making sure I start filming at the right time. So I didn't bring my camera and I ended up shooting videos on my phone instead. So I'm gonna be sharing those with you guys. Most of this video is probably gonna be me trying to tell you what happened. So we were standing in line, honestly not that long. It was maybe an hour or so. They opened the doors, we checked out the merch. And speaking of merch, I'll show you guys what I bought. So I bought 2 of Phil Wickham's albums just because I didn't have them yet, and also I went to see him originally. Like, I kind of figured I would see, you know, Chris Tomlin and Big Daddy Weave eventually. So I wasn't so much focused on them. I mostly wanted to go to see Phil Wickham. And I also bought this shirt that says, "Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me." Then I also bought this shirt, Chris Tomlin shirt, "Good Good Father." Now, I had to pay for my specific seats because the other concerts I've been to, the 2 concerts with Anthem Lights, one of which I put on, were both general admission, so you just kind of pay to get in, and if you're the first in line, you're the first to get a good seat. But this one, we had our seats already locked in. I thought they were going to be way farther back than they were. I didn't realize how small of a, not stadium, a center it was. So all the videos I took, they weren't zoomed in at all, they were just exactly from where we're standing. And some of them I know I filmed in portrait orientation. I should have done landscape. I didn't realize that I would be making a video for this. I thought I was just keeping them for me, but oh well. So the show was technically supposed to start at 7, but Mosaic MSC came out and kicked things off, I think 15 minutes early. It was just nice and fun, a good way to, you know, get the crowd pumped while people are still finding their seats. So after that, I think they brought everyone out and did, oh gosh, what song did they sing? I can't remember these things. See, I didn't write anything down either because I didn't know I was making a video about this. Oh my gosh. What a fail. I know one of the songs they started with was Love Ran Red, and I didn't really ever listen to that song. I think I heard it like once before or something, but oh my gosh. Just listening to it with that many people and like singing along, thank goodness they had the lyrics on the screen. It was so awesome. I know Zach Williams saying Chainbreaker, and that's his only song that I know, and actually, I need to talk about that. I forgot about this almost. Just that kind of, the way he says miles, I don't know, I guess that bugged me or something. Wasn't the biggest fan of that song. I would always hear it. I'm so sorry, Zach, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I would always hear it and skip it because I'm just like, oh, I don't like the opening. And then so one day it came on K-Love and I'm like, I have nothing better to listen to. So I listened to it and then it gets to the chorus and oh my gosh, it's a great song. Don't judge a book by its cover or a song by its first lyrics. And I found it so ironic because that song that I once refused to listen to now was the first song they played to make me cry. And I hate that I can't remember all of the songs they played because I know there were some that just made me tear up. And I can't even remember what order they sang songs in. Oh my gosh. Zach Williams, he also came up and sang a song, I think after Phil Wickham's set. And he played it with Phil Wickham, and that was good, although I wasn't paying too much attention because I was trying to connect to my data so that I could tweet Phil Wickham about playing Spirit of God because that song would have just been so amazing at that event. But before that, Phil Wickham played his music. I was just loving it because one of my friends, Dakota, shout out, told me that Phil is one of the best live worship artists that you could ever want to see. It came, he delivered, And you know, he's singing like, "This is Amazing Grace." He's singing "Your Love Awakens Me," and then he sang Heaven's Song. And I had not heard this song before. I thought it was like a newer one that was coming off an upcoming album or something. And I only caught the last 30 seconds or so where he's doing all that high stuff that he does, like all those runs or whatever you call them. He also sang "How Great Thou Art" with us, I think as maybe part of one of his other songs. It was so cool. I love the clip I got from it. And then we also sang "You're Beautiful" with him, which was pretty cool. Just hearing everyone sing together. You know when artists kind of step back from the mic and you can just hear the crowd? That's what made it so amazing to me, because if there weren't moments like that, I think it would have just been like me singing along to the radio in my car. I can't remember if it was before or after Phil Wickham that Big Daddy Weave came on, but that was pretty cool. And they sang, "Redeemed" and "Overwhelmed" and "My Story" and is it called, "Land of Glory." And we took an intermission, I'm pretty sure before Chris Tomlin came out, like officially as his own set. And they were talking about an organization, which I can't remember the name right now, but I'll link it below, that provides for children, basically in child sponsorship. And this guy, Jason Barton, was talking about how he met these children who were in a child-headed household. Basically, their parents were dead, and this one child had to take on all the responsibilities, and how, you know, a sponsor was able to change all that for them. And then the much-awaited Chris Tomlin came out, and he played all his songs, and that was it. Just kidding. If I gave the others more detail, I can give Chris a little bit more detail. Although, can I really? Because I don't remember anything. He played like a lot of the songs that we all know. I'm pretty sure they're all his popular songs. So like, you know, "How Great Is Our God." How great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. Oh, see how great is our God. He had all of us put our phones up and like turn on our flashlights, or if we had actual flashlights, get those up. And so we're just all like worshiping with them. And I got a video of it. I'm like moving around kind of fast, so forgive me, but it was just so cool. You are worthy of all praise, and my heart will sing how great is our God. And "Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone." Actually, that might have been the song that they played in the beginning. I can't quite remember. And you know, he sang "Jesus." One of the lyrics is, "He carries my healing in his hands." And y'all, like, you know, I've been dealing with my medical stuff. I'm still not sure where it's at. And like every time I sing that line, I'm just putting my hand over my stomach. I'm like, "He carries my healing in his hands." And I'm all crying. What a night. Oh my goodness, it was great. And he also sang "Home," which I have not heard that song. I don't know how I haven't heard it. So that came on and I'm like all trying to sing along because, you know, the lyrics are on the screen, but I'm like, I don't know when to sing them. I don't know how they're sung. I don't know, like, do I go high in this part or low in this part? I don't know. And I didn't get a video of the moment when the gold confetti was actually like, but I got a little bit after that just so you can see all of it just everywhere. Oh my goodness. And then he played Whom Shall I Fear? And that has been one of my favorite worship songs for the longest time. Like seriously, I've been at work so many times. I'm having to go in the dark and like close things up. And I'm just like, I know who goes before me. I know who stands behind. The God of angel armies is always by my side. Like I'm just like repeating it to myself because it's just so calming. Like it's true. God is all around us. God protects us. Somewhere in Chris's performance, they were asking if there were any worship leaders out there, like any, you know, I can't remember if he was saying if they work with teenagers or if they are teenagers or they're young adults or something, because then he looked at a guy with a beard and he's like, nope, you're not a teenager, you don't count. Nicely, of course. But anyways, they had this guy, Alex, come up. Side note, his Instagram stories are straight fire. If you need encouragement, like go check him out. I will link him below as well. And I hate that I didn't get a clip of this either, but they had him singing, gosh, I want to say it was 10,000 Reasons, and that was just so cool. And like Chris actually pulled him up to the mic. Not only did he give him a guitar to strum with, he like pulled him to the mic and made him lead the worship, which I'm sure must have been insane. And then they ended up giving him the guitar. It was just such an awesome experience. Like even just, I think the crowd being able to watch that, it was even amazing for us. And then they sang is it called What a Beautiful Name? That song by Hillsong? That was amazing. And then also the day after the concert, you know, I was feeling kind of sad just because it's over. So I get in my car to go to work. That song starts playing and I'm like, okay, thank you, Jesus. I needed that. And then I get in my car to come home from work. That song's playing again. Just a cool little coincidence. And then at the end, they had Mike Weaver lead a little bit of prayer and then they went right into a song. It was Good Good Father mixed with Great Are You Lord by One Sonic Society. Now this one I didn't get on video, I voice recorded it. Because I knew that it was going to be like a long thing. I didn't know how long it was going to be, but I figured that they wouldn't let us leave without finishing with Good Good Father. You know, there kept being moments where I'm like, okay, they could end it here, but they still haven't played Good Good Father because that's probably what everyone came for.
Shout your praise, our hearts will cry, these bones will sing, great are you.
And then the concert was over and I just sat there like, okay, this is cool, yeah, fine, whatever. Of course, it hit me the next day that I'm like, oh my gosh, it's over. And then I went home and I was kind of sad. The post-concert depression was hitting me, and I don't like to call it depression. I like to call it more post-concert like sadness. I feel like it maybe belittles people with actual depression, but that's the phrase, so I must use it. And the next morning I was at home and I'm just kind of moping around like, okay, well, I'll just keep the worship going here and I'll listen to songs and stuff. And then I check my notifications. Turns out Chris Tomlin used my photo from when all the gold was spraying in home to post it as his Reno picture on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And that was just like the little cherry on the top that I needed. Being there, I was kind of realizing like, man, I would love to be a part of something like that someday, to be able to, you know, make it where all these believers can worship together. But we'll see where the Lord leads me. And I also forgot to mention that when I was at that concert, it didn't feel like I was, you know, seeing these people that I'd listened to for so long. Like, I've been listening to Chris Tomlin for 10 or 11 years. It didn't seem like, oh my gosh, this guy that I've been listening to forever, I'm finally seeing him live. No, it just felt like I was friends with these people. Maybe it was God, maybe it was me just realizing things, but I'm like, these are people. They're people, they're not gods, they're not idols. They're not people we should worship, they're people we should worship with, which is what I did. So if any of the artists performing see this, I consider you guys my friends. Is that weird? Maybe. And I also want to thank all the people who put this on. To all of you people and to the artists and to just anyone who contributed in general. Thank you. That was, in a nutshell, my experience. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos from me. You can press the little bell button to be super notified. And I will see you guys next time. Now go out there and make someone smile today. He's a fan, listen. He's a prison shaking savior if you've got change.